contests for 3-minute rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the sky blue shorts trimmed with claret and white. At the weight he scaled, 9 stone, 11 pounds, 13 ounces. Here is the Devil Child from Stockport, Jamie Quinn. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black colored shorts trimmed with gold. At the weight he scaled, 9 stone, 5 pounds, 10 ounces. From 2 contests, he has 2 wins. One of those wins coming by way of knockouts. Presenting from Barrow-in-Furness, the undefeated Ross the Boss Cooksey. Timekeeper at the bell is the evergreen Gary Brennan from Burnley. Referee in charge of the action, Darren Sargentson, for 3-minute rounds.
Hey fellas, both know don't want anything low, point towards your head. When I say break, take a step close to the floor, take yourself off.
For 3-minute rounds, Ross the Boss Cooksey and Jamie Quinn. And we've liked Ross Cooksey so far. You know, he's a talented, neat little boxer, everything we've seen on the VIP show so far.
Yeah, he's very composed. I knew him as an amateur, worked from Barrow-in-Furness Boxing Club up there, and he's a very, very dedicated kid. Comes all the way down from Barrow to train at Egan's gym with the Egan brothers up in Withenshaw. So works up there all week and then comes down Thursday to Sunday. So he's a cracking, composed fighter. But he's in against a capable Jamie Quinn from Stockport, who also I knew was an amateur when they were kids, and a very strong kid. But he's a cracking journeyman, as a lot of these kids are.
Yeah, he's like one of the higher level guys. He's an opponent rather than a journeyman, isn't he, Jamie?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, when they turn it on, they really do turn it on. So upsets do happen. So, and obviously, we're hoping that that's not the case with Ross tonight, because and he's getting off to a good start with that jab, just sticking that jab out.
Been looking at watching what Jamie's been up to this week. He's always up to the summit, Jamie. He's either at a all-weekend bank holiday rave for 3 days, where he forgets where he lives. I think he seems to have spent this week carp fishing. You know, he's had his tent down at the lakes in Stockport, catching big carp. One of a good character, Jamie. He's the fella who famously put down a plate of spaghetti bolognese and fought Zelfa Barrett on 2 hours' notice. He's always ready for a fight.
Yeah, like Christian Lake before, obviously the lifeblood of the game. Without these kids stepping up and taking it at moment's notice, sometimes they really are the lifeblood of the boxing game. These people. So yeah, Jamie's I like him. He's a nice kid as well. But Ross, again, going around his work pretty well, sinking in some lovely body shots, and really trying to keep it long, I'd expect. He's a pressure fighter, so we'll try and come on stronger as they go on. I've been doing some sparring myself with him with Mark Leach, so I know he's prepared. He got cut in his last fight, so I suppose it was extra healing, time for the healing, just to make sure that it wouldn't open. And so I suppose the camp wasn't perfect because he couldn't spar as much as they did, but we sparred his last spar last week, and Mark's a box of tricks. Yeah, Ross did well.
He's got some nice head movement, Ross, hasn't he? As we say, you know, the way he comes forward, you've got, like Jamie said in the fight before, if you're coming forward, you've got to have good head movement.
Yeah, it's the defensive element of the game, and a lot of the times it's people don't tend to work on it, and really it's one of the most important things of it, because obviously it's all about the art of hitting and not being hit. So if they are clever defensive fighters, then they can really pose a problem, and that's, you know, at every level. But obviously the higher they get, then they need that defence even more.
First round in the bank there. Talking about hitting and not getting it, Nigel, Jamie said we've got to ask you about the damage he caused to your nose with his beautiful left hand.
Obviously, I mean, you can't see my fist, but if you look at my fist, it's the perfect shape of Jamie Moore's head. So for years, and Jamie seems to forget that he has. We had videos in our gym, and every spar was recorded. So, and Jamie has kept 2 spars of ours in the thousands and thousands of rounds that we fought. He's managed to keep two sparring sessions. So miraculously, all the other ones have disappeared. And I don't know why that is. I'll leave you to make your own mind up about that.
10 seconds.
Is that because we're so old, we've like worn away through time and all disintegrated?
That's what he says, but obviously we all know the real.
Second down, round 2.
Go round 2. Joel Pennington in Jamie Quinn's corner. You doing, Joe? Good stable down there, hasn't he? Joel's one of the guys that helps keep the sport going.
Yeah, definitely. Like all of them, as I said previously, again, not listening to Harpon, but they really are. Without people like that, then the game simply wouldn't exist, because some promoters are so keen to avoid fighters. There's not many 50-50 fights in the game nowadays, until you get to the highest levels and you're fighting for titles. But obviously the kids have got to learn, and obviously you've got Curtis Garango. So Curtis is a cracking. Curtis Garango is a cracking. But again, advocate of what it is. Ross Cooksey, he's got plenty of them. Jamie Quinn. So without them, very nasty.
Just holding him on the back of the head. He's got some talented fighters in there coming out of Northside as well now. They share the gym, don't they? We've got Bilal, Rufus, Ryan Doyle, all training out that Northside gym. One of the most famous gyms in Manchester.
Definitely, and obviously it all comes from the amateur game as well. A lot of the kids are there as amateurs, and they've turned out some cracking kids, and turning out cracking kids now. They've got some real talented kids. Hassan Fayaz, has his younger brother, is doing some great work in there. I think he's the youth national champion. So there's some cracking fighters there, and obviously the natural progression for them would to become professional with Joe and the guys over there. So just touching downstairs, I like the way that Ross sets them up with the jab and then sticks them backhands downstairs, and I think obviously that's the sort of thing that he needs to be working on, so the kids so Jamie's feet slow down, and then he's able to unload on heavy headshots.
He's just jabbed his way in and put a left uppercut on a couple of times there as well. And he might start doing that more and more as the fight wears on. Yeah,
and again, he's a novice in the professional game, so obviously he's learning. He's a work in progress, and he's doing some great things down at Egan's with him. So the real studious people who are passionate about it, so he will learn, and obviously getting out on Steve Wood shows, it's imperative that he does that, and the more he does it, the more he'll learn, obviously.
Now Ross has been sparring over at Arnie's as well with young Kieran McVarnock, who's pretty desperate for some kind of breakout fight now, so he's getting some really good rounds in as well. Ross has been sparring with Mark Leach, who's obviously very talented. Iron sharpens iron, doesn't it? All the gyms are working together in Manchester at the moment.
Yeah, and people, I suppose, every county, every city says that they're the it's where it's at, but I genuinely believe that Manchester is just thriving at the moment. There's some very, very talented kids at all levels. Kids who are coming through, young lads at the highest level. Anthony Crowell and whatnot, Teddy Flanagan, who are, obviously Teddy's the most avoided fighter in the country, if not the world, because no one wants to fight him. So he's calling out all the big names now, and it really is a hotbed for talent at the moment at Manchester.
It is, and then we've got a strong second line coming up, haven't we? People like Zelfa just ready to get up to British title level. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Zelfa's got a fight against Conway for the English title. So again, progression. It's all about progression. But and obviously people like Ross Cooksey will be looking at that, thinking, I want to get among them. So and with performances like this, this will just able, assist him definitely, to push on and learn more. And he's boxing capably and competently. Really just sticking that jab up and sticking that jab down and whipping them around the sides and underneath. So I mean, not an excitement, but I like it. I think he's got 2 rounds in the bank and he's doing well so far. You don't want excitement at this stage of his career, though, do you? You just want him to nail everything down perfect, get it right. Yeah, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. As a fighter, you want to excite. You want to be
you want to be in those wars that you see Jamie Moore versus Matthew Macklin and stuff like that. You want to see that. You want to be part of something like that. Win, lose or draw. But it's obviously career shortening, so you have to be intelligent. So it's intelligent going at the right time. And with managers like Steve Woods, I believe that will do, because Steve will hold them back and let them go at the same time. But as we said previously, all the people working together, Anthony Farnell, the Eagans, there are so many talented gyms, never mind talented fighters. So there's a cacophony of people where people can go. Anyone can go anywhere to learn, and gyms are getting busier and busier as kids are coming here. Obviously we've had some high profile fights coming over to our gym now, and it's buzzing. But it isn't just our gym, it's every gym. Every gym seems to be pushing on to a higher level.
Thanks for joining us tonight. No other boxing tonight, will you hear the word cacophony?
Yeah, I know.
A crack of that, Nigel.
That was obviously that was the bet. So I've won the bet. So I'm more goes that get cacophony in at some point. He told me he was going to mention the sparring, but obviously not the way I hit him with the cacophony of shots. Used to absolutely destroy him many times.
And we asked Jamie about it, so I'll ask you, what's it like to be involved where you are at the moment? But the gym's just taken off, hasn't it? You're right in the mid. Manchester's thriving, but you're right in the eye of the storm, aren't you, Nigel? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's very busy. It makes you. It's a full-time occupation, and obviously people have got jobs elsewhere as well, like myself. But it's exciting. It really is exciting, and it's a pleasure to work with these kind of fighters, because obviously can only improve ourselves as coaches. They've come for a reason. They've come because they like the setup. But it's very exciting, and I'm humbled to be part of it. It really is. It's hopefully we'll gather. More people will want to come, but that's not a good thing sometimes, because we want to spend the time on quality kids, and these quality kids that we seem to have come to us or seem to be asking for our assistance. And again, at different levels. Eli Murphy, a kid he's been with me since he was an amateur, but obviously he's turned pro now, and so it's the start of his journey. You've got Frampton, at the peak of his journey. Other people like young Harry Khan trying to. Yeah, that was a lovely shot there.
Exchange of right hands, wasn't it?
Shots, yeah. So, and shots like that, can drop people. So, Ross Cooksey is a strong kid, and so to be throwing my hands, clutching, and say 50-50 shots. I still think that obviously Ross is doing the better work and the more of it.
No, you commentated right the way through a sexual assault. Then I was very impressed.
Yeah, obviously, unfortunately, it's an occupational hazard. So Joe Pennington obviously trying to push Quinn in now, because he thinks he's going to be half a chance. And obviously, but it's about Ross nullifying that work, because he is, as I say, he's a capable opponent who can really cause problems at times.
I was just looking at a pair. Quinn looks a lot bigger, doesn't he? He's weighed in 6 pounds more tonight, but he does look a fair. He looks like a weight division or two above Ross Cooksey.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, and that in itself is, adds itself, brings its own not problems, but it can cause problems. But I think Ross is dealing with it very capably, and I'm liking the work that he's doing.
Yeah, just like Adam Ridge in the first fight, Luke. It's just been error-free so far. He's done everything his coaches wanted. It's been plain sailing, no mistakes. Exactly what you want from a fighter at this stage of a career.
Yeah, definitely. And you said it earlier, didn't you? You don't want exciting fights at this stage of your career. And Ridge did it earlier, and Cooksey's doing the same thing. He's just getting the job done in there tonight, making no mistakes, using his jab well, following up with that right hand, and getting the job done.
I'm sure he's a little bit nervous about the cut as well, the opening. Obviously, he's got the 8-ounce gloves back on now, and he's had head guards on all the way through the camp. So there'll be a bit of nerves there. So it's just shaking off them nerves and really pushing on through and getting his last round in the bank, and having his arm raised and getting the W, which is the most important thing for him.
Seconds out for the fourth and final round.
Fourth and final round. 9 fights tonight for you. This is the second one. We've got Shakib Ali, who I'm looking forward to seeing. I like Shakib. Casey Conley making his debut. Kyle Lometry, talented amateur, making his debut. Omar Dewsbury and Ricky Starkey's probably a fight of a night tonight. A lot of people think Starkey could upset Omar. Andrew Fleming makes his debut against Yusuf Almidi. Haroon Khan tops the bill against Gayola Dudu. I think I said that right. And then James Moorcroft fighting Dale Arrowsmith at the end of the night. What jumps out at you there, Nigel?
Yeah, I mean, I think Steve's stable's flourishing. You've got like this fight here, young Ross. He's come a long way to be part of the VIP setup, and it's a revolution for me. I think he's doing really well. Yeah. Steve's got a lot of kids, but I'm happy that he seems to be doing the best by them. He's doing. He's a very busy man. He's probably the second busiest man around our way, because I'm definitely busier than Steve. But yeah, I mean, plenty in the tank now by Ross. I suppose he's enjoying it now. It seems like he's really having fun in there. But again, it's not about stopping. I won't like to see him dropping their hands like he's doing a little bit, and keeping them nice and tight, just so he doesn't walk onto a silly shot.
He reminds me a little bit in style, Ross, of Scott Cardle.
Yeah. I think Scott's a bit more frenetic. Obviously, Scott throws a lot more shots and calls, but yeah, I think stylistically he does look that way. And listen, I'm sure he'd give his right arm to reach the standard and the heights that Scotty Cardell did. And Scott's obviously not finished, and hopefully he's going to try and get back in the mix for that British title. But I think he's finishing very well here now, Ross.
Yeah,
really doing well.
He just got to Jamie, I think, for the first time then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nice little left up.
But as you say, Jamie answers back immediately, which shows the mettle of the kid, really.
Just as we wind down now, Nigel, you've got Eli Murphy out in Oldham, haven't you, at the end of the month? Very impressive debut, I thought.
Yeah, very impressive. I'm taking the Olympics to Brazil, I say unfortunately. So I'm not able. Jamie.
Have a GoFundMe for Nigel to cancel his flights to Brazil. The poor guy.
Yeah, I've got, we're busy. I've got a busy amateur gym and obviously the pro gym. But yeah, Eli's in out in Oldham, and we've got Harry on tonight. Needs to get going really now, Harry, because obviously he's been a pro for time. It's our first contest together as coach and boxer. So hopefully he can do a performance, make a decent performance, and then push on. And we're looking for. It's a lovely, yeah. Great trade, great fight. I think credit to both kids.
Yeah, box well, Ross. Then quite impressed with that. Jamie Quinn looks pretty happy with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, didn't get hurt. I think they're both happy. Not a lot of big shots. Ross will be overjoyed that cut has held up, and I think he's a definite winner. So I think he'll be happy with the outcome. Famous last words. Eh?
We've not got Adelaide Bird tonight. I think it'll be all right.
Oh dear. Let's not talk about it. My stomach just turned when you said that.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of super lightweight action, referee Darren Sargentson has scored the contest 39 points to 38 points for your winner. Hailing from Barrow Furnace, still undefeated now in 3 professional contests, Ross, the boss, Cooksey.
I mean, it's no Adelaide Bird by any stretch.
And a fine effort, as always,
the way I saw it. But listen, it is subjective, but and it's hard to slag anybody off. But I thought
it was a 40-36.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could have shared one around, well, maybe in a couple of rounds, but I definitely didn't give him 2 rounds, so around that. But we'll see. Listen, boys, I hope you have a great night.
Thanks, Nigel.
No problems.